Welcome back to the Midlife Rebrand podcast. A quick disclaimer before we start. This podcast does not provide medical advice. Our stories and resources are meant to support and inspire, but they are not a substitute for professional medical or mental health care.
Welcome back to the pod.
Welcome back, everyone.
Another little special edition with a special guest.
Yes, we have a special guest today. So Sonya joined us in our Found book event and kind of heard what we do and what we talked about. And through some connections, we invited you over here because we think you are going to have some great insight onto a lot of different things. So a little bit about you is you own a ranch in town. Or outside of town.
Outside of town.
Yeah, outside, not inside.
It's not that small town.
Not that.
Yeah.
Outside of town. And from what we can see online, everyone loves you and your programming. And we're so excited to hear more about it and hear more about you.
Thank you. Yeah, our family, we live about 10 minutes north of here. We bought a ranch just over 2 years ago. I think we're just coming up to the anniversary now. And we have a ton of animals and programs and stuff that are going on. I think for us, it's the building of the community. There's a lot of people who can't get out there. They don't have a way to get their kids onto land. They can't go out onto the land. There's just, what do you do when you're in town?
Yeah.
And so any given day, we have families, kids running around out there. The 80s kind of. They're running around doing stuff.
I love that.
It's so important for kids to be out there and in nature and learning about animals. And
I had no idea until Shay had said.
when your kids are older, you're not in the
I
the know of the summer camps and
Yeah.
That's pretty out of it.
Yeah.
But we, and not just kids, but I mean, we have people that just come out and just want to just be there. It's something happens when you're just out with the animals. You just stop worrying about all the stuff.
Yeah.
And you're just kind of just there.
So you've been out in Cochrane 2 years.
Yeah.
Where were you and what?
So
Were you on a ranch prior to that?
Previous to this, I'm from BC. And so I was running a smaller ranch in BC doing the same thing, but on a smaller land, but still a lot of programs that we had. And I'd been doing that for, I think, 4 years.
Okay.
It's a strange story, but my husband at the time became terminally ill. And so it was me and the kids. And we were running everything, the programs, we homeschooled.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was a lot. And that's just what I did. I was just like, well, what do I have to work with? And what do I like? And then we just kind of just opened that up to everybody.
That's awesome. So did you pick up and move to Cochrane as a start over kind of?
Reinvent your...
Yeah.
Same thing, new space.
Yeah. It's a story that is hard to tell and it's hard to listen to for some people. And it's real. I mean, this happened. David was diagnosed with brain cancer, which I don't know if anybody has any experience with that,
No.
but
Luckily, no, but
it's they call it the Terminator in the world of oncology, because it takes families. It doesn't just take the person who's sick. And so there's a lot of, he went through a lot. He went through a really dark, dangerous journey. And in the middle of that, I mean, it's a really bizarre thing, and something that I've really been really curious about after living it is when you are in a situation where your partner is a victim, and then you become a victim in that process. And there's a social expectation that you're going to stick it out and stay in there.
Ugh, yeah.
Because they're sick.
Oh my goodness, yes.
And I've been a really big advocate for women and men and getting out of domestic violence and dealing with kids who have gone through trauma. And here I am on this farm with a man who is not okay. And all these people looking at me going, well, you just have, he's sick. You got to stand by him.
You can't leave him. He's dying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
And it was a really, really hard thing, and I didn't make the only decision, but he was basically removed from the home. And
when you had children involved in this too.
We had 3 small kids.
Yes.
Yeah. The twins were 7 and my son was 9 when he was diagnosed. And
Wow.
so long story short, couldn't imagine in my wildest dreams that I would ever have even considered another relationship. And I met Tony.
Yeah.
And he basically swooped in at a time when I look back and I think we were just on the edge of everything. I didn't know it at the time, but I look back and I'm like, I don't think I could have kept going much longer.
Oh.
Like working the ranch and the kids and
Yeah, you were
and
breaking.
everything.
Yeah.
I think I was. I don't know. Maybe I wasn't. Maybe I look back and go, wow. But he just said, let's do this. And we haven't spent a day apart.
Wow.
He's seen us through everything. He's adopting all 3 kids.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I love
And he's been
that.
super supportive. And, we were able to keep in contact with the kid's dad in a safe environment and be there for him as much as possible.
Perfect.
So
that's what happens.
that's
Somebody
how
comes
I
in and
ended up here.
saves you in a sense,
Yes.
right? They give you everything that you don't have in that moment. They make you feel safe, and that is when somebody makes you feel safe. It's an instant bond. I feel.
I'm going to say I was probably happier and had created a safety for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly think that's why he was attracted to me.
Oh,
Okay,
so
yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that.
And I think that, and that goes into a lot of stuff as like, I think one of the most powerful things that I was able to grasp in that whole situation was that it's as big as you make it. And what else is there?
Yeah, I love that.
So
Mm-hmm.
it was like, because I had these 3 kids watching me.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew that however I handled this big, sad, horrible thing was going to be how they would handle trauma.
Yeah. How
It's
they
the
would handle any
resilience.
big, terrible, yucky thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, this is the purpose. This is the purpose that we're going through this. And so I had these kids watching me, and I had to learn how to create and find joy and safety and connection and that was hard.
Oh, I bet.
Goodness, I have goosebumps.
I can't even imagine.
I
know.
just,
I'm like, oh man. Yeah.
So a little bit about me is I was a palliative nurse for many years, and I loved that. And can I just say I appreciate you so much focusing on yourself and what you needed during that time, because so many people don't. Like so many people get stuck into all of that, and then unfortunately, and I think this kind of goes offside a bit, but I don't know if you've ever heard of Gabor Mate and his work. Have you?
I've studied, and I'm actually attending. He's going to be
me
in Calgary.
Too. Yes, I'm
Yeah.
going to. But it's like
Yeah.
it's holding it all in and being and I've seen all of these caregivers getting sick after because they held it in. They did what they were supposed to do. But it's your life too, and it's so important that you prioritize yourself, even if it on the outside world looks like you should be doing something. That's what your role is, to be there for that person. But if it's not, no one knows what's happening.
Sometimes making the best decision for yourself makes so many other people so uncomfortable.
And that tells you who they are.
Yeah.
As people.
But a lot of people don't move forward with decisions in their lives because of how uncomfortable it makes other people.
It's so true, and it's so important to just, you have to get it, say what you need, right? We're
Yeah.
very big advocates on saying what you need.
Yeah.
And letting it out, because we've seen it. I've seen it over and over again. So that's,
I think that it is something that I'm hoping becomes more normal for people. I think we stay in these situations that we might look good. I guess I sometimes doing the most honorable thing doesn't look honorable at all.
Yeah.
so true.
Yeah.
But I know that he would have wanted me to take care of the kids and myself.
Of course.
Before he got sick, I know that's what he would have wanted. And I'll tell you what, and meeting Tony, and I had to make a decision. I'm like, what do I do? How
Yeah.
honest am I as a person? Can I face my community? Can I face family? Can I face friends? Can I face, and saying like, in all this, like, I've fallen in love with somebody.
How do people respond to that?
You know what? My friends and family were absolutely over the moon for me and the kids.
Good.
That's amazing.
And the people that were waiting to see something that they could jump on, it was horrible. I was threatened. I was stalked. I had Facebook pages put up about me.
What?
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah, it was. People took offense to it. I should have been.
The nerve of some people. I can't even.
But it was great. It was a great lesson. I mean, it was not. It was
Yes.
like it was like, can I stand up in this? Like, who am I?
Oh, I know.
Am
but
I
like
gonna
they
hide
needed to
this
make
person?
it any harder than it already was.
It's easy behind a keyboard. It's easy behind.
Yes. Yeah.
People need. I don't know. That's their issue, I guess. That's
Yeah,
what
but
I'm
when
really
you
trying to
know,
learn.
when you
Yeah.
know when you know
Yeah.
that you're being true to yourself and you know
Yeah.
what's real, I found I was able to sit back and just go
Yeah.
ahead.
Oh wow.
And
Yeah.
you know, it was like I couldn't do that. I couldn't lie to my kids, and I didn't land even with David. Like David he wasn't living with us. He'd been removed. He was not able to be around us. But I was 100% before anything. I was like 100%. I was like, yeah, I've met this person, and he was like not thrilled, but he was also really curious and actually somewhat happy for us.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
You know that you'll be taken care of, and
Yep.
I think that's. Yeah.
Yeah. I respect that you didn't, hide it. You put it out there. You owned your truth. And I find even in my separation, it makes people uncomfortable. And I was not in a yucky, ugly, somebody dying situation by any means, but it does make people uncomfortable. People are very uncomfortable when you decide to exit your marriage for whatever reason.
They have this perceived notion of what your relationship is and why would you do this.
Yeah.
It's insane to me that people have.
Yeah. For better or for worse, till death do you part.
Well, and I mean, in some ways, like, we still did honor that. Like, I still took care of him as much as I possibly could. We had long conversations. It was interesting because the kids loved Tony and they loved their dad. And they were really confused. And so there was that opportunity. There was like, again, you can love more than one person.
Of course, yeah.
You don't have to divide it and go, okay, well, this is the person I'm with now. Like, this is... love multiplies. And how lucky are you guys to have someone pick up where your dad couldn't go any further.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, I love that.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
so,
You
and
can
that
still
was
love someone and be happy with someone else.
you can. Yeah. And like it was a journey. It was a journey. And there's this saying, it's like everything happens for a reason. I don't believe that.
You don't?
Not at all.
Oh.
I think that there's potential to make purpose from everything that happens.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of tragic things out there that happen that
It's a better way to say it, I guess. Everything happens for a reason is kind of a blanket statement, right? I guess. But if you kind of change the verbiage like you did, it makes it more intentional.
I can make purpose. I can make something, I can find something that will give meaning and honor to what he went through.
Totally.
Exactly. Yeah. I like that too, because I know there's a lot of people out there going through hard times and just hearing everything happens for a reason, and you're like, well, what reason is this? This is awful. Just flipping it around, then I can make a purpose. I can have something that pushes me forward to make things better.
Yeah.
So just laying there like, well, it happens for a reason. I'll just be down here.
I guess this is just
this
all
is
way
it.
here because
This is it. I'm over.
yeah.
And what's the reasoning for
Exactly.
lots? And
I know.
Poor luck. I think it's a lot of people. I'm not lucky. It's just me. It's my life.
Poor luck, yeah.
But no, I feel like if you have that, okay, even like the positive attitude changes your outlook on a lot of things. What can I make? Okay, this really sucks right now. What can I make a little bit better out of this?
Yeah.
or what else is there?
Yeah.
Like, what else is there? Like, this is happening, and then what else is there?
Yeah. What else
And
can there be?
What else can there be? Like, what's on the outside of this? And it's making it, and you said something about people not living their life. I watched, of course, there's a lot of support groups for this kind of cancer, and it's very hard on caregivers and spouses and kids. And I saw so many people just climbing into the grave with them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. I see it all the time.
Yeah,
and
you would have
it's-
seen it a lot,
Oh
too.
my
Yeah.
goodness. And
Yeah.
I went through, my dad passed away, and I went through like how I thought I had to be a caregiver, because I've seen it all, to not being able to. I have my own family, my own kids, and
Yeah.
one of my mentors in palliative care said, death is not a spectacle. Death's not something to be there to stare at somebody as they deteriorate, as they die, while you just sit and watch. And that really hit close to home, that I needed to back away. I don't need to be what everyone thinks death should be or the dying process should be. And there's a lot of like healing and like a lot of, okay, I can move forward. I can be there for my dad, but I don't have to sacrifice my well-being for it either.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so interesting.
There was a lot. I think there's a lot there, and I think for me, when everything first started happening, and we talk about a lot of anxiety and control and boundaries and stuff, and I watched myself go into this, like, it was an instant acceptance. Like, I grieved him from the moment we found out, and in fact, I knew for 2 weeks and didn't tell anybody because it was Christmas. The doctors only told me. I went into almost like I was so needed to be in control.
Oh, I'm that way 100%.
And I was going to orchestrate this process and make sure he spent time with his kids and make sure that, that we did this and that, everything was going to happen in a certain way. And I had to, again, a really big learning was just to honor that person's decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And just
Let go of the control.
let go of the control.
Yeah.
And that was, I think, made my world safer, or made me feel better about myself somehow.
Well, that's often what happens. When you let go of control, especially things you can't control,
Yeah.
your world does change.
Fighting it is,
Yeah.
That's
just
my issue for sure.
Yeah.
I control. I like.
It's a work on.
Yeah, I totally can relate to that. If I have a plan in place, then there's no anxiety.
Yeah.
As soon as that's not there, then I'm like, oh, what's next? Oh God, I can't do this. But no, it's okay to just be.
and it's
Yeah.
hard
Control.
to just be, though.
Yeah.
It is.
It's not easy.
No.
But we're working on that because
I'm
we are
working.
coming out of the year of the snake, like our last guest said.
Oh,
we're
yes.
shedding things that we no longer want to take forward
Yes,
in the
exactly.
year of the horse, because the horse is the fire horse, they call it, actually.
Yeah.
And
It's gonna be
so
a great year.
by February 16th, we're going to shed the control, some of it, and the anxiety that
Yes.
comes with the control, and we're moving forward with
Yeah.
the horses. And to your ranch for ladies'
Yes.
night. That's what I want to do.
I know. Hey, I do too. I think going with the anxiety and the control, and for us women, I think we're so busy and there's so much going on that it's such a huge part of a lot of our lives. And then to have that ladies' night like you're hosting, just to be around animals and in nature and just remind ourselves, I guess, a little bit about who we are and what we want.
I think being around the animals, horses especially, actually regulate heartbeats.
I've heard this.
yeah.
Yeah, they do. And so because they're in a herd, and we are herd animals as well, extremely powerful, and people will actually regulate through the horses.
Wow.
And
Well, it's a thing, horse therapy, right?
Yes.
That
It is a
people-
thing. Yeah,
it
it's
is a
a
thing.
big thing.
Yeah.
And so you do get the regulation there, and it gives your brain a chance to kind of go into that place where it's not in the anxiety, in the I'm in danger, hypervigilance, and all that kind of stuff. So you give your brain and your body that experience of being there, which we don't get a lot. And then the more we do that, the easier it is to find that way over.
Yeah.
And and the need for controlling and stuff like that. I have a huge need and can be very, very controlling. It's a safety thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
And
Me too.
I have learned to not to, if I try to not do it, I just go into shame and then I fail, and I embrace it. And where can I channel it?
Mm-hmm.
Where can I channel that need for control?
Yeah.
And for me, it's always, usually about controlling my environment so I feel safe.
Yeah.
And so what if I let go of that, but I can still have control of this?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's going to be in me. I don't think I should get rid of it.
No, it's
Channeling it.
yes. Because there's a way to use it in a powerful way.
Yes.
For sure.
There is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, but not controlling others.
Yes. Yes.
No, and I think that's what I like. We're just talking. We haven't been doing our jiu-jitsu a lot recently.
Yeah.
Just because of life, and that's a place where I can use my control for good. Like you're using your control. You're getting your energy out,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like not doing that, even though I'm still doing other activities, is why my control needs are a lot higher right now.
Yeah.
They don't have that physical control in a situation. I don't know. It's interesting to think about, though.
There's a reframing there too.
Yeah.
And going from my need to control for my need for self-discipline.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I find a lot of comfort in self-discipline. Usually when I'm getting really controlling is when I'm feeling out of control.
Totally.
And the more I can rein that in and change it from like, oh, I'm a controlling person, to being a disciplined person. I mean, when I was going through, like, I had to control everything. I mean, I had to control this and that and that and that, and I had 3 small kids, and control was essential.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I hadn't been in control, I don't know what would happen.
Yeah.
Now that's not happening.
Yeah.
So how do I move out of that?
So when you met Tony, did you guys decide you're going to come to Cochrane and you're going to continue doing the things you were doing in BC, the camps and that, or did it change because of the trauma, I guess, you had been through?
I don't think the relationship with Tony is, I mean, honestly, it's something like out of a Harlequin, like it's like a.
I love that.
It really is.
Like a romance novel.
I don't know when we ever
You
decided.
should write a book.
I am.
You are?
I am.
Oh.
I've been approached by a publisher, but
Yes. We have an author on the show, guys.
Potential.
Soon to be. Soon to be.
Yeah, we've gone back and thought, like, when did we make decisions?
Mm-hmm.
And it was like we didn't. It just
Happened.
In fact, the day we got married, we went out for dinner. We got married in a field. We had his parents there, the 3 kids, and 6 chickens that followed us.
Were they wearing bow ties?
They were all there. We have them in our photos. And it was just, we decided like 2 days, like, we're just going to get married. And we went out for dinner, and my daughter had given Tony a card. And she says, I don't know how to express how much you mean to us. You were there when we needed you the most, except to say, would you please adopt me?
Oh.
And can I be your daughter?
So she even knew she had the same feelings.
She had found safety again, too?
Safety, yes, exactly.
Yeah. And so the whole thing with how it evolved, it was just like it was meant to happen. When Tony first met us, he'd never been around any farm animals.
Wow.
And anything, and he actually kind of bonded with my llama. In fact, when we moved here, he insisted we bring the llama
Yeah.
with us.
Oh my gosh.
Emotional support llama. Get in the car.
And so and then he also, like me, like we love our life.
Yeah.
Last night, 11 o'clock, we had a baby goat that its mama rejected, and him and I were digging out bottles and feeding this baby goat and tucking it into the bed beside us, like not in our bed, but beside the bed.
Yeah.
I was okay with it.
Don't get angry, people. She didn't have a goat in the bed.
And if she did, mind your business.
But yeah, and he loves it as much as I do. Like it's just being there is,
That's amazing.
It's a good life.
I honestly, when you start to say yes to things in your life, when you start opening yourself up, when you start letting go of a bit of the control, things do get easier, and the right things that are meant for you are not hard.
Yes.
It happens and it feels easy. You feel happy.
Yeah.
You're not
And it's
fighting
like you're
it
not
every-
feeling
yeah.
this resistance in life when you just start making changes for your own happiness.
Yeah. I think that's a great way to put it, and I agree.
Yeah.
Stop swimming upstream.
Yes. Stop banging your head against a brick wall. Choose the
Yes.
path of least resistance.
That's our motto for this
Yeah.
year. If it's feeling hard, then no, we gotta reevaluate and switch.
Yeah.
Try something different.
Exactly.
Try something different.
Like why? Why
Yeah.
put that on you?
I think we get focused as people. We get like, this is the way it's got to be. We have a plan, right? We have a romance. We know what the romance is.
Yes.
And then we're in the middle of the play and nobody else is doing their part. Well, that's stressful. Now things aren't going right. Right?
You're speaking to exactly what is going on right now. Exactly. That's so funny.
Yeah.
As my controlling, like we talked about relationships and one's the train, one's the track. My control, my direction is we need to go this way. This is our plan. This is the plan in place where some of us have different lives than we ever expected and we're happy and we don't need to be on this strict and structured. And not that my life is not happy, I'll just put that out there, but it's so interesting to say like, okay, no, wait. We can still get where we're going one day, but it doesn't have to be as rigid and as directional as we had in place.
Yeah.
And it's like you just spoke to it.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. That's really funny.
I think I'm loving your awareness.
I mean, it's just not, thankfully I have Jen who is getting to know that I'll just have a little freak out.
I keep you
Give me
aware.
a couple days and then I'm good to go. Because I know there's a lot of people out there that would be like, I don't want to deal with this. Where I think we're both getting the self-realization that, okay, what else is happening here? What else is going on? Okay, let's reevaluate again.
Yeah.
And if we need to do that every week, let's reevaluate, then we do that. But it's just that communication, that open communication
Yeah.
is so needed. And I think
Say
we're
what you need.
so, yeah.
When I think that a lot of times we seem to have this idea that there's an end. If I get this done, I'm going to feel better. If I achieve this, I'm going to feel better. If I look this way, I'm going to feel better. And I think for myself, I mean, realizing how we really don't know what's going to happen, that it's a moment by moment.
Yeah.
And it's, am I okay right now? What's happening right now? Is this a good day right now today? And creating the moments of joy and finding the magic and really just being, I know that's a phrase, of being present.
But I don't think we're present in life a lot anymore at all.
No.
We're just
I
going
agree.
through day to day, like, okay, this person has to do this, I have to do this, we have to get through, and it's awful. It's an awful feeling instead of just being like, okay, my kids are only little this very short amount of time. I don't want to put pressure on myself that I have to be present at all moments, but just feel like, okay, there's a little joy here, and that's okay, and we love this, and
I think that that's fine. I know that I'm a mom of 5. I have 5 kids.
Wow.
2 boys in their 30s and then my 3, the 3 small ones. And I think for me, there's this realization that there's so much stress in like the society that we live in, do this, go here, have this done, timeline, schedules, measurements, and all that kind of stuff. I think for me, when we first started doing our summer camps, some of these kids, as soon as we would start trying to get them to do something, like we're going to go play this game or we're going to go, we got this horrible pushback. And I mean, it was about 3 days and I'm like, I'm reevaluating my life decisions here. Like this, I don't know if this is for me. And I think like on the 3rd or 4th day of our big camp, we were sold out, we had 30 kids there. And I was like, let's just let everybody do whatever they want.
yeah.
See what happens.
And there were kids that sat there for hours and hours just playing in the sand. Don't bother them. They were just playing. One little girl brought bright red hunter boots and spent the entire day filling them with sand and dumping them out.
Oh, probably because they're so scheduled at home,
Yes.
so regimented at home that when they have a moment to just
No
be
electronics,
peaceful.
no nothing. They're just
So that was what we do from then on. Our summer camps are really amazing because we just let them play. You're not going to find a whole bunch of toys out there, playground equipment. We're like, there's sticks, there's animals, there's imagination. They will sit and play and play and play for hours.
I love that.
Yeah.
And that's the same for us. It's like not having to do something, be somewhere. And
Yeah.
it's really hard to be worrying about something when you have an animal around you, because
Yes.
we're aware
Yes,
of what they're
totally.
doing, right?
Yeah.
You're getting on a horse, you're not thinking about much else.
No,
So
it's a big animal. You want to be
Yeah.
reined in on that
Well,
guy.
they can tell when you're anxious. They'll be more uptight.
Yeah, and so that's, again, with the ladies' nights and stuff like that. So we do a lot of that with the connecting. So some people it can be emotional, it can be funny. We do, and we're actually planning a whole Wild Women weekend, a full moon weekend
Count us
Sign us up
in.
right
in
now.
August.
Hold us spots.
We will be there.
Yeah.
We've been looking for something like this just to reconnect with ourselves.
Yeah.
Life changes so quickly and you're
Yeah.
wondering who you are again. And
Well, and I'm appreciating the moments, and I'm recognizing for a long time I was missing those small moments of recognizing when I felt happy. Just a moment of like, oh, I feel joy right now. And then on to the next busy thing, but just taking a moment to soak it in and teach
Yeah.
your brain that feeling. You know what I mean?
I do, and I love that. That is a reconditioning that is not done. So if something crappy happens, we put a lot of time and energy into it.
Yeah.
Someone hurt our feelings, or we hurt our feelings, somebody said something, or something's going wrong, or we got something in the mail we don't like, and we spend a lot of time focusing on it, processing it, figuring it out, right? We don't spend that time on the good,
Yeah.
on the calm.
it's true.
And the more we learn, and you touched on it beautifully,
Yeah.
the more you take that moment and just really experience it, what's going on in my body, how am I breathing through this, like am I really taking this in, the easier it is to go to that place and find it.
Yeah, my nervous system lives in a whole different dimension now that I find these moments of peace, now that I remember what happiness feels like just in my
Yes.
own self, and
Yeah.
not because of someone else or because of my children or because of my environment, just because of what I've done or how I feel or the decisions I've made. Just recognizing that happiness has been, I think that's why I'm like more relaxed a little bit, don't you find?
I could tell you, like, from the moment we started this podcast, and we've been recording now, I think almost a year, because there was a lot we didn't show.
Yeah, the cringy phase.
Yeah, not great. But I was getting messages from you all the time about that, like the control, what I'm kind of doing to you now. But hopefully not, like, I realize this now. But to now, you're like, no, we're good. Like, let's just see what happens. You know what, this feels good right now. Let's just keep doing this and doing what feels good. And
Yeah.
so then I go
Yeah.
back to reevaluating what in this podcast makes me feel good, and reevaluating that and leaving the rest that it's not feeling good right now.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, this weekend, I'm very much like, I own a business and I'm doing this. I work all the time. Now I'm setting those boundaries. I'm done work at 4:00 now. I'm not working on weekends. It can wait till tomorrow to find that happiness again and be present, more present at home too, because I don't think I am as much as I could be. And I think I'll notice a change in my kids too, that I'm actually like, I'm there for you, not, okay, I got to answer this email or respond to this person or,
Yeah.
I think we struggle. I think a lot of us struggle with that.
Yeah.
I know I was always, if I was at work, I was feeling guilty about not being at home. And when I was at home, I was feeling guilty about not getting stuff done at work.
it's so hard, so much pressure on us. And again, it's such a short life. Just enjoy the people that matter most. And it'll be there tomorrow. It'll always be there tomorrow.
Well, and again, I think it's the being present. It's like, you know, if this was my last day on earth, how would I spend it?
Exactly.
Yeah. Would you spend it running around like crazy?
You know,
all
and
the
we
activities.
I mean, obviously, we have to take
Driving
care
yourself
of
crazy.
day-to-day life.
Yes.
But those moments that are there, you know, there's been a lot, and it was just before Christmas. My son, who's 12, he's autistic, brilliant, beautiful, talented, super, super interesting, comes out to me and he goes, "You don't keep your promises."
Oh.
And I was like, you know, I wanted to go defend I'm busy, or you know what we've been going through, or, you know, and I was like, say more.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, well, you know, you said that this would happen and it hasn't happened. And I looked at him right in the eye and I said, I'm keeping every promise. I said, make a list of the promises.
Yeah.
And he brought me a list, and we have crossed off almost every promise
Good.
that was made. And that was my, you know, and again, as you talk about switching the focus to controlling all of this, to the self-discipline of, I'm gonna show up for him.
Yeah, and be there.
And that's what we say too. I'm like, as a parent, I feel like you just have to own your shit.
Yeah.
When your kid comes to you and calls you out like that,
Oh yeah.
instead of defending yourself or giving a million excuses, you do have to say, you know what? You're right. I'm owning my shit. Let's change it right now.
Yeah.
And that's all you can do.
Can't do anything
Yeah.
else. And I would say that the satisfaction and the dopamine, the feeling better about the self-discipline of being present with him, of following through, versus what I was getting from trying to control and be busy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm enjoying that more. I'm enjoying that. So it's easier for me to do that. And it's always a learning process, but it's definitely taking it and shifting it in.
Yeah.
Rather than the outward control. So.
No, I love that.
And what do you want? Like, what is it? What does control give you? Like, what do you want from it?
I think a lot of it is
Gives you
safety.
stress, hair loss.
No, what do you want, though?
Yeah.
What do you
Yeah.
want? Like, what do you think is going to give you if you're in control?
Well,
It helps the anxiety.
I think it helps people reach an outcome they have predetermined in their head.
Yeah.
I think that's what control is. And how extra devastating when people don't reach that end goal then after all of that control and stress.
Yeah.
So I look at it a little bit like, stop controlling the things I can't. All I can do is control my behavior, the things I promise people and my children and myself, and that's all.
I think for me it was a sense of safety.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
For me, it was for sure
Yeah.
a long time. I was trying to find a sense of safety of what it looked like when I felt safe finally. And I was just clawing at it forever.
And trying to get it from my environment.
Yeah.
Like trying to get it from an income or from
Or from all the people in the play who weren't doing their roles.
how the people,
Yes.
how
Yeah.
the community saw me,
Yeah.
right? Or how people saw me was a big deal for me, I think.
Mhm. It is for a
And
lot of people, I feel.
I think so.
Mhm.
And so yeah, that control was control my income, control my this, control this, and oh man. And I think the more I tried to do it, and then there was the guilt of not having relationships that I wanted.
Yeah.
Because I'm busy, right? So I think people need to talk about it more.
I agree. Yeah.
I think it's
Especially
like-
nowadays where
yes.
everything is so scheduled, so regimented, so expensive. People are working more, working harder, being more stressed, putting their kids in more activities because the demand for them to be athletes and be busy and not be on a device is so just back to the roots, like what you do
Being in nature.
on the ranch.
Yeah.
Back to the roots, back to the old school.
And I feel like the
Love
control
that.
helps. Like when you're doing all that stuff, that you're not going to forget something because it's just so overwhelming. So if I'm in control, I know this, and this. I'm not going to forget anything. I'm not going to let anyone down because I'm in control. But you end up letting yourself down because you've lost the point of any of this.
Yeah.
So what it would be like to have a week of no schedule, no phones, no time schedule, like nothing that you had to plan. You didn't have to leave. You didn't have to go anywhere. Like, what if you just lived?
Yeah. What would that look like? Does that give you anxiety?
No, I feel like we get that because we go camping a lot. And
Yeah.
a lot of the times we don't have cell phones, we don't have any service or anything. So we are just there. And it's beyond amazing. And I love that time of year when we're out camping because I think everyone is happier.
Yeah.
Everything is easier. Like at home, if you were to tell me to do that at home for a week with my 2 boys, we would be killing each other. Because unfortunately, they need that activity. And I don't mean like structured activity, but they need to be like worked like a horse. Almost like they need to get that out so that we can sit down and have joy. Otherwise, they're beating each other up.
They have a lot of energy.
So
They have a lot
boys
of
are
energy.
different.
Yeah.
And we started running the summer camps, and I had these girls, and they were just like, give me something to pet, give me something to brush, give me something to feed, give me something to... These animals were like, they would just sit with a bunny like for all day and just like, this is my bunny.
Oh, I would.
And be
Oh
happy.
my God, I would love
I would.
that.
And the boys were like,
Brushing a horse.
Yeah.
You know, some of the
8
boys are
hours.
into it, but the boys are like, And I'm like, what am I going to do with these kids, like with these boys? We're actually, in fact, just this morning I had a meeting, and we've been doing it, but we're officially going to be doing it. But we're launching our ranch boys. And basically what I have found that most boys want to do, they either want to build stuff or tear it down.
Oh my God, that is so true. Yeah.
And so we've got a really great leader who's coming out. My son is one of the leaders. He's 15. He's like, just kids love him. Carries them around all day. But they're basically going to be, the boys are going to have their own after school and summer camps where they're going to be focused on mechanics, carpentry, camping, building. We left them alone last year, and they built a 3-story treehouse with
Love it.
a
She's like, sign me up right now.
Zip line?
a zip line that they built, and it was safe, and they had a moose antler that they used to go down the zip line. Heaven. They were in heaven.
I bet.
And so no structure, but building. The younger kids, first thing they do is they give them pool noodles, and all the boys like beat the crap out of each other with the pool noodles in the mornings.
Yeah.
And it's just that so I get it.
They exert
my
energy
gosh.
very differently
Yeah.
than females.
Yep.
Yeah, my boys,
Yeah.
we got them whittling this summer camping. That's all they do now.
Yep.
They just want to get sticks and start shaving them down. I'm like, you do you. This
Yeah.
is amazing.
Well, and I became really interested in my study with my work with mental health is what were we like before all these pressures in society and everything? What is our natural instinct?
Yeah.
And
Back to the caveman.
back to the caveman.
Yes.
And it really is, because that's naturally who we are. Working with animals gives me that, like, you can have an animal, you can get these show horses and stuff like that. They're pretty stressed, like when they're in those big environments, and they can be really great at it. Nothing like what they're out on the field just being a horse.
Yeah.
And so when do we get that opportunity? When are we not
Yes.
in the show ring? And so, it is hard. I did a ladies workshop where it was the comfort and joy, and I'm just starting all my workshops here because I needed to get situated. The comfort and joy workshop was 6 hours where women showed up with their night clothes and their pillows and did nothing for 6 hours.
Just that
And-
environment, to me, even
Oh
just,
my
I was
gosh.
like, I would love that right now.
We
Like
had
sitting around a
gourmet.
campfire or something. Oh,
We had gourmet cupcakes, we had popcorn, we had wine, we had poetry, we did hand massages, but it was literally just 6 hours of,
Chill.
yeah.
oh my God. See,
Yeah,
that's
we're-
what I need.
We're signing up.
Yes.
Like, as soon as you leave, I'm getting tickets for the March one.
It was,
And the
it was
other
fun.
one, yeah.
It was fun. But yeah, it's so, I think you guys are doing an amazing job with some of the things that you're tackling.
We're trying.
We're just
you
trying
know,
to put it out there is
and
the
be
thing. I feel like
honest and open. Yeah.
women just, it's hard for us to speak our truth.
And then
women talk a lot. We say a lot of things, but it's hard to actually dig down and speak our truth and say what we really need.
Because you feel like you're going to be judged, and you feel like you're alone in your thoughts and feelings. And like, you can make little jokes about it, but are you really talking about how you're actually feeling? No.
Yeah.
You're just putting on the show like we all have. So
You will be judged.
Of course.
And that was
let them.
hard. That was hard.
Like my Robin says, let them.
You will be judged. You'll be judged if you're successful. You'll be judged if you won't. You'll be judged if you're loud. You'll be judged if you're quiet. And let them.
And I think when you get to this place where you're confident in what you're doing and who you're helping, it feels good. You just ignore those people and continue on.
You're like, well, I don't care. Someone needs to talk about it, so it's going to be me. Me and my big mouth. We're going to talk about it.
And I'll be behind you supporting you.
That's right. She'll be like, yeah, what she said.
Just that.
I think for one of the things that I love, and I teach my kids, and I teach at my workshops, is judgments are confessions.
Mm-hmm.
And so are yours. And we constantly judge. We have to. People go, oh, I don't judge people. And I'm like, yeah. Would you pick up a hitchhiker on the side of the road in a questionable part of town? You know, You have to judge. It's what we do, but be aware of it, that it's more about you than them.
And that's what, And I think we talked a little bit about this, that we come up with stories in our head about what other people could be thinking about us.
Yeah, and then
it's
we
our
make
own,
up stories about that.
Exactly, and why,
and on it goes.
Just judging ourselves, and they haven't probably even judged us yet, but we have a story that they're telling whoever that they think of us. It's crazy cycle.
Well, and it's the lens that we're raised with.
Yeah.
So we will look at somebody and say, I think this of them, and 10 other people might be there and say, I don't see it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's your lens, right? And so I think that the self-awareness and the why am I feeling this way? Why am I thinking this way? Why do I need to control? Why do I not care? Is important instead of like trying to figure out what other people are thinking. And I think it's helps a lot with anxiety as well, is to go back and go, what's happening for me here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, I'm scared.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you be?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right? And then it's easier. I find it easier to move through things. And you talked about people saying things that are uncomfortable. I'm hoping that it is starting to become more trendy to be real.
I hope so too.
I do too, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
Be real with yourself. Be real with others. Just start being more real. I hate all this fake shenanigans nowadays.
And vulnerable.
And vulnerable, yes. Like, why not? Just say what you need.
Yeah.
Say what you need and see what happens.
How is it for you guys to be so open about things that are happening for you that a lot of people would cringe away from or, judge? What's it like?
I think because we're doing a podcast and it's posted at a later time, I just forget everything I said or everything we did and we move on.
Yeah.
And I think if it was live, like our live event caused us way more stress than this does, because there wasn't, like, it was there, we were real. But then also we've had so many women come up to us and tell us how thankful they are and how that they were in a bad situation and they know or they were getting divorced, let's say, and now they're past that and they know how good it can be and they want to help women too. And we're just saying the things that they're feeling, and I don't know, we're getting so much good feedback that makes us want to keep going and sharing our stories. I don't know that, knock on wood, there's not been really anything negative from people.
No.
Minus our sound, which we fixed.
I do find for me the hardest thing with being vulnerable is just wanting to protect my children.
Because you're at a different stage than I am. My kids are not.
Especially with what I'm going through and the separation.
And they're
I had to be
older.
very cautious of when I announced it, what I said about it.
It's not just your story.
It's because it's not just my story, right?
Yeah.
I can speak about my feelings about it and my happiness and the good and bad about it, but I do that's for me is the hardest part, is worrying that my children ultimately hear it and the people around them hear it. So that's been the hardest for me. But other than that, I'll pretty much say anything.
I wrote a lot when we were going through a lot of the stuff up in BC, and I wrote a lot. And I was really aware of the fact that one day my kids would read it.
Yeah.
And so I did, there was things I definitely held back on.
You filter a little bit,
I filtered, a lot at the end. And, but it's interesting because they are actually coming to me with a lot more curiosity now and going, what was happening there, and talking about it more openly. And so it's interesting because I think eventually, with their permission, I'll be writing the rest of the story.
Yeah.
But it is hard when there's other people that are impacted.
Well, and there are children. It's our job to protect them, right? So if I think it's going to make them uncomfortable in any way, I'll just edit it out or not say it, and then at a later time say it.
Yeah.
I just get excited that if something were to ever happen to me, or I don't know, just later in life, this comes out and my boys hear what I was like at this age and my thoughts and feelings were, that excites me. I don't know. I love that
you're
idea.
using it like a memory capsule.
Exactly. Who are you? Like, I don't have that as my mom at this age. Like, I have some photos, but to be like, okay, let's look back and see what my thoughts were and how they've changed, or who I was, or what we were up to. I think that's really cool.
Well, even from the beginning of the podcast, I
kids.
think our thoughts and opinions
Yes,
have changed a lot. So
we're growing, and it's fun to see how we've grown, and
there's power in talking.
yeah,
Power in being
And
vulnerable.
being witnessed.
Yeah.
You see kids are like, look,
Yeah.
look. And I think somehow being witnessed makes it more real, makes us more real.
It's true.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's hard to be witnessed.
I've seen so many things that say you're never going to get successful, or you're never going to get to where you want in life unless you put yourself out there.
Yeah. Unless you're uncomfortable.
Unless you're uncomfortable, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's like that in jiu-jitsu. It's about being comfortable in uncomfortable situations. And we relayed...
Sitting in your
yes,
discomfort.
we relied on that a lot.
Change doesn't happen if you're not uncomfortable. But I like what you said earlier about taking the self-control and turning it into discipline. I think that's what we loved about it.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That never really clicked for me until you said that. But that's exactly what it was. I was so out of control when I started to jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
It gave me a place to take my control into discipline and set a goal for myself that I achieved.
And I love that too.
Yeah.
And you can get to that goal and then continue to do
It's
a
like
new
a little
goal.
aha moment for me right now.
Because we do, again, we are primal beings, and we have the natural instinct. And in our world, we're so still. We're so still, and we don't get that. It's all in our head. There's a million things, and all this is, looks great or whatever, but it's up here. Yeah. And so I think with self-discipline, especially if it's something that is physical, right? It just gives us that outlet.
Yes.
We would have been working harder physically thousands of years ago.
Yes, as the hunters and the gatherers and the...
Yes.
Yeah, and I think a lot of our anxiety and stuff like that comes from that. Like that, a lot of the work that I do is I do a breath and body work for trauma release, and so there's a huge thing with getting the body to actually stop this and just
which people
feel.
don't love. People don't love to feel.
Well, we do anyway. They don't like to show it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or to, even, I guess, focus on it.
Yeah, maybe that's the better way. Yeah, focus on it.
Yeah, and it's there, grief and all that other stuff. And I don't know, I think the more energy we put into not focusing on it, the more it comes out. And like reframing control to discipline. Also, like you ever hear people say, oh, you're very selfish? Change it to centered in self, or self-centered. You're self-centered, that's a bad word.
Yeah.
But someone who's centered in self is different.
Yes. Well, my kids always say, Mom, you're so picky. I'm like, I'm particular. There's a difference.
I have standards.
Yes.
Well, if no one else is going to prioritize me, then I need to prioritize myself.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm not going to say what I need or what I'm feeling, then who is?
Well, exactly. Who is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
And I think it's nice. I think that we do want someone to come and take care of us. And I think that's also a natural instinct.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of cultures still have it where the kids start to take care of the parents.
Yeah.
The parents take care of the grandparents. Families do bond together. We're so separate in our society, or with a lot of different cultures. And oh my gosh, I am so envious of, even though there's dysfunction and drama and all this stuff, it's like there's still that like honoring of support and being there and taking care of one another.
Yeah. And ultimately finding your safety in the end.
I get scared of losing my edge. And that was one of the things that Tony and I had to really, I remember when we first got together, he was like, I says, I am very independent.
Yeah.
I says, I don't want to depend on anybody.
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't think this is going to work. And I was like, what do you mean? He goes, I really want to be depended on. And he goes, and I want to know that I can depend on someone. He goes, I don't want someone who is completely independent, and I don't want to be independent. He goes, I want to be in a relationship because we depend on each other and we know we can count on each other.
Yeah.
And I've never had anybody say anything like that to me before.
That's how it should be, though. Yes.
The men who understand that and can
Yeah.
get those words out too. Oh, amazing.
Yes. A man who can just say words.
Yeah. Hey.
Say words.
Say words.
Say words.
Feelings.
Yeah. I'm looking for a man who can say words.
And
Anyone
have
knows
feelings.
anyone? Yeah.
And it is. It's neat. It's neat not to just, I guess, like sit there and like, maybe what's it like to break the stereotype. And some stereotypes don't have to be broken.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like I when we do our camps and stuff like that, like, it's like I worried for a while, like people are going to think, oh, I'm creating some kind of a sexist division. The girls don't want to go out and do that. Some do, and they do. We don't stop them.
Yeah. But if you don't want to, you don't have to.
But they don't want any. If we say, okay, we're going to go tear down that fence, here's your safety stuff. Go tear down that fence. Here's some hammers, like crowbars. The boys are there and training the horses and stuff like that. Then the younger ones and the girls, it's kind of like that from the very beginning.
Yeah, we nurture right off the hop.
It's nurturing right there.
Yeah.
Right, gather and
From
nurture.
a young age, right? We start babysitting when we're like 10
Yeah.
Yeah,
because we just know how to keep another human alive.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Right? Like,
and then so it's a neat dynamic. And again, not putting these kids into stereotypes, but kind of like letting them be who they want to be.
yeah, choose your box. You choose your box.
Yeah.
Yeah, and not making it something that we want them to do.
No,
Yeah.
and I bet you they have so much joy at the end of that day than if they were forced to do something that they didn't really feel passionate about.
Yeah.
I'm excited to go. We need to do a field trip
Yes.
out to the ranch and then attend a couple workshops.
Absolutely. Anybody who wants to come out, we're going to do more ladies' days and stuff like that. We have an emu.
Emotional support emu.
He. We don't know. We don't know, but he's really cool.
You don't know what a emu is?
Apparently, you can't tell unless you do something that I'm not willing for him, he, she, they, or me to do.
Yeah. Fair. Yeah. Nobody
And
wants
so-
to make it uncomfortable.
We're
so.
like, it's okay. It's Georgie. We named them Georgie.
Love it.
And so either Georgie will lay an egg one day or they won't.
Oh, and then you'll know.
And then we'll know.
So why rush it?
Yeah. So we're just like, right now it's just Georgie, he, she.
Love it.
And but we do. You should definitely,
We
I would
need
love
this
to.
in our lives.
Yeah, we do.
we'll make a
Need a
plan for you guys to
Georgie.
come out. And
Yes.
maybe calves. We got calves being born.
Oh gosh.
Newborn
Just lay me in the
goats.
field.
We're going to be doing that. We're going to be actually doing meditation in the field with the horses, and we do an art therapy where we actually go out and paint on easels with the horses and all the animals right there. And
I just thought paints on the weekend because I think that's my ADHD brain next direction. I'm excited.
Soon on to the ranch.
Oh, painting on the... I'm so excited right now.
Yes.
And then especially for the ADHD brain, because it's go there, you do it, and then you're done.
Exactly.
Yeah.
On to the next.
Yeah.
I love it.
Thank you,
Well,
guys.
thank you so much.
Yes. Thank
See
you
you
for
next
coming on.
time.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next time.